Okay, today we are scrapping my January photos. Remember, if you've been around for a little bit, I put out a little challenge, if you will, to take a photo every day in the month of January and then scrapbook them. Probably a double page layout is where my brain was going, so that's what I ended up doing. Now, when I pulled out this Jen Hatfield, it's Peaceful Hearts collection. I think that's what it's called. Sorry. Yeah, Peaceful Heart. Now, this collection, I bought the 6x8 paper pad and I bought the stickers, the little sticker book, right? Now, in this one, it had a tag that was the perfect size, but obviously it didn't have 31 tags in it. So I ended up just creating my own sort of little template from a tag I'd already used from the collection, and then I just cut out the tag surrounds, I suppose, and I just created my own little template for them. Now, yes, you could just cut a rectangle and cut the corners off, but I actually wanted all of my tags to be perfect tags. I could have downloaded a cut file and done it on the Cricut. I could possibly own a die and could do it that way. I do own dies, but none of them were the right size. And I did pull out my Spellbinders die cut machine. Check out all this beautiful work that I put in and all this hard work, and trust me, you're going to want to see all the way to the very end, because let's just say this was a lot of work for nothing. Okay, so as wonderful as this was, this looks like a lot of work, right? It really is super simple. It is super, super easy. You can create your own template for a tag, not a problem. You could even just cut a rectangle, do the triangle, cut the one side off, and then get that triangle, flip it over on the other side, create a template that way. There's heaps of different ways you can do it. This is just the way that I thought that it would work best for me. Now, with my tags, I have gone through and I've also put an eyelet in each one, so that I guess just the metal hardware, I was feeling that today, so that's why I sort of figured I'd do that. Sometimes I just use a sticker and, you know, like a hole sticker, and that works. But I didn't do that this time. I wanted to use up some of my supplies, so I used up a stack of eyelets. Now, what you can see me doing there now is I'm creating almost like a faux embossed 12 by 12 page, right? Now, obviously you can't emboss an entire 12 by 12 page. I don't even think people make embossing pads that big, and definitely not machines. So all I've done is I've gone through these little branches. It's actually a die, and it's from Peaceful Peonies, and it's called Tall Branches Die. That's what it's called. And there is a number as well, a code number on it. I will pop that into the description in case that's something you are considering looking for. I have to say, I think I got mine from maybe Scrap Boutique, and it was only like $2.99, dirt cheap, but I have had it for a while. So, but I do really, really like it. It's just the right shape for me. It's just something usable that I can use, which is really good. So all I did, and I'm gluing these down using a technique where I just use my makeup sponge, and I just squeeze out a little bit of Distress Collage Medium in the matte finish. Now, I've never used this stuff before, and lots and lots of crafters swear by it. It served the purpose. It didn't grab as quick as I thought it would. I guess I'm used to the art glitter glue, and that's where I sort of run into a bit of a hiccup, but it's okay. It works. It totally works. So the best way I found to get branches like this or leaves like this, any sort of floral, if it's got little windy bits, do this. You could do this with PVA glue. You could do this with your normal art glitter glue if you wanted to. Any of those options, go for it. You can stick these guys down and just use a makeup sponge. Those ones, these wedge type ones, you can get a packet of like 40 of them for $2 from Kmart. Oh, hang on. Due to inflation, it's probably $6 now. But, you know, is everyone else feeling it? Like, honestly, I feel like I'm just going to go on a squirrel tangent here. Now, is everyone else struggling with the price of everything going up? Like, it's not just... Surely it's not just me. I mean, I feel like... And I don't know, call me dumb, right? But I feel like if the... what are they called? If the RBA put up interest rates, so they've increased the, you know, the interest, and the banks pass that on and all that sort of bizzo. What I'm wondering is, they don't really wait to see if that increase has helped. They sort of, I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, but I feel like you kind of need to have, we'll put it up and then we'll see how we go for the next 2 months. I just feel like they're just every 4 weeks, bang, do it again, bang, do it again. And it's a killer. I mean, hey, you guys are probably feeling it too. It's probably not just me, but it is dead set. It's fuel, it's food, it's they're the main one, obviously, and house payments. I mean, geez, we've gone up so many increments. It's just insane. Is it like that overseas, guys? Let me know if it is. Like, are you guys feeling it over there as well? I know I've got a lot of Canadians, and I've got a lot of, there's some people in England, heaps in Minnesota. Anyone, like, let me know. Is there any part of the world at the moment that is going, no, we're sweet, mate. She'll be right. It's all good. I'm feeling anything but she'll be right at the moment. Especially groceries. Holy dooly. They're a killer. They are absolutely killer. Mate, the person that can invent a tablet you take once a day and gives you all your energy and all your nutrition, oh, man, it'd be awesome. Don't mind my waffle. Okay, so here's all my little photos, right? So I'm having a little bit of a play, positioning, all that sort of thing. As I said, I don't want my tags to all be going in one direction. I want them to be all over the place, because you know what? January 2023 was pretty much all over the place. And then we got to February and I got COVID. So, you know, we're starting out strong. It's pretty crazy. But tell you what though, my sense of smell and my taste, I really hope it comes back, because like tonight I made a beef and red wine casserole with mashed potato and I couldn't taste one part of it. Oh, it was so annoying. Had grapes and banana and yogurt before. Couldn't taste any of it. It's so frustrating. I know, get a real problem. I get it. Get a real problem and get back to me. But yeah, it's pretty hardcore. So this is where I am starting to stick things down. As you can see, I'm folding the strings over so that they're not just sticking out, they're folded like a loop. So that way they're not just sticking out everywhere. Now, these go in all different directions, and by the time I finish this off, it looks really good. However, we have to go through some pain before we get to the good bit. So this is, like I said, This layout is simply steps. If you just follow the steps, complete one part, complete the next part, this actually comes together really, really good. I was a little concerned at this point. I will be completely honest with you. I thought, ooh, don't know if this is going to look any good. I wasn't sure. I love the colours of the Jen Hatfield papers. Like, she just does. I'm probably butchering her name. Jen Hadfield. That's her name. And I absolutely love her papers. Like, they're just beautiful. They're a nice, muted, sort of, you know, natural colour. Absolutely love it. So now I'm going through. I'm nearly finished doing this. I left it all in because, you know what, gives me a chance to waffle a bit for you guys. I think it's going to be hot again this week up here, which is, I'm in Queensland for my new peeps that have no idea where I am or what I do or whatever else. I'm in sunny Queensland, and I've got to tell you, it's been kind of average the last few days. Very, very average. But she'll be right. It's all good. So I'm nearly done here. I've nearly got all these down. I was watching, what have I watched this week? Let me tell you what I watched. Today I watched Morbius. I wonder how many of you guys have seen Morbius. It's not quite how I thought it would be. I mean, Marvel did a good job in the sense that, you know, they didn't bring in all the gore and horror of it all. So that was a bonus. However, I was okay. Sorry, that's just me clunking around in the background because I need to plug my laptop in. Yeah, it was all right. And I watched Spider-Man No Way Home again. I'm sure I'm just torturing myself every time I watch it. But it's like Endgame. If you're a Marvel fan, you will know what I'm talking about. If you're not a Marvel fan, well, I'm sorry. So I am starting to feel a lot better. This layout took me way longer because I tried to use, you know, die cuts and so forth. And I shouldn't do it. I just shouldn't do it. Check this out for an absolute, I hate this. I've left it in. I didn't leave it all in because that's just wasting your time, and I value your time as much as you value your time. And I'm very, very blessed for you guys to be spending any part of your day watching anything that I create. So thank you very, very much for that. And on top of all that, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please hit the notification bell. I would genuinely appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. My goal is to get 2,000 subscribers by Christmas time. Do you reckon I can do it? I'm hoping I can do it. I'm hoping, I'm loving, I'm hoping I'm going to bring you so much more content now past the COVID thing. Damn COVID. But that's okay. We'll be all good. So I'm still going. I'm just about to cut it off here. I'm about to cut this little torturous piece. As you can see, it's not straight. Not straight one little bit. Unless you're looking at a dog's hind leg, then it's straight. But guess what? It's not. And believe it or not, look at that. And I was like, no, that'll work. That'll work. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. Guess what? And it's about there. I'm just going to cut it and go to the next bit because it's terrible. And this is what I do when something's terrible. Is the entire thing a complete loss? No. However, this part is a complete loss. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. So look away if you're squeamish, because guess what? This is what I do to it. I totally cut my 2 pages in half. Completely. And then I pick the little bits that were on the other bit. And now I have 4 5-inch by 12-inch sections. And that's okay too, because guess what? If you stuff up, there is always a way to fix it. So this is how I fixed it. I take off my 1/4 inch off each end of each piece that I've just cut up. And then I realized this is my stuff up for this one. I didn't go around the tags with ink. I think if I had done that, it would have just been bam. There's the next level. That's it. You've got it. But I didn't go around them, and I've art glued them down. So it was very frustrating, because now I'm looking at it and I just want to fix it and I can't. So I think in the end, I think it comes together. Let me know in the comments, do you think it came together or not? Because yeah, so I've cut the middle out, and then I've cut my title. That is Distress Oxide in Tattered Rose. This brown is Gathered Twigs, and I did use a bit of Lost Shadow as well. So this is I don't know why I even tried to do the letters, because they just don't work for me. I don't know why, but they don't work for me. So I've gone through and I've coloured my title. I know Everyday Life it's not normally hyphenated, but I put the hyphen bits in there so that I can sort of go, so it reads more like Everyday Life. So that's what I was trying to get it to do. I think it works. So the letters have Tattered Rose in the center, Gathered Twigs around the outside edge, and I love that color combo. I've got to tell you, I always reach for the same colors, but I have a lot more. I've been sort of stretching out a little bit more and trying different colors, and I think because this particular layout, it lends itself to the pinks, the peaches, you know. I think it works. So here's my title going down, which is so much quicker, and I don't know why I don't do this. I normally, this is how I like to do my titles. So Everyday Life is all done. Now the last thing that I wanted to do was put my numbers on all these tags. So there was a couple of photos that were taken on the same day, but I wanted to print them because they were on the same day, but they were important things. So I went through and I used the HEIDI SWAPP sticker book and the MAGGIE HOLMES sticker book. Now they're American craft sticker books, and you've probably seen me use them before. I just went through and pulled out a full set of numbers out of, most of those books have little tiny circle numbers on them. And I just grabbed some Tattered Rose. They are on little tiny circle dots. You know, your pricing dots that you get? That's what I used. And I just put a little bit of Tattered Rose Distress Oxide on top, and then put the numbers on, and then bingo. It was perfect. So it comes together. It's starting to come together. And now I'm just adding, I'm still adding numbers. Hold that thought. Still adding a couple of numbers. So this one, now I'm just going through out of those same books, and they come with a lot of little word, like captions, you know, like beautiful day, or remember this, or love you, just little wordy bits. So because everything's so micro, I wanted to show you how you could technically journal that, and I'm doing air quotes as I'm saying that. Like, you can literally just use those little words for each day, you know. if you've taken a photo of where you've slipped over in the mud, you could easily say, bad day. And that would cover it. You don't need to know that it was a 3 metre by 2 metre mud puddle that was at the end of the old stone bridge. You don't need to know all that. Sometimes, you know, if it's a special event, yes, but something like this, there was no need to journal like there's no tomorrow. So all I did was just popped some of these little sentiment stickers. I just popped them onto the tags, and it works. It totally works. I love it. Now, I didn't do any pen work on this page, so something I didn't do, which I normally always do, but I think it came together good. And the other thing is, shock horror, I've managed to use 2 pieces of craft cardstock, which, if you know me, you know brown cardstock is not me. I don't normally use it at all. I did buy 1 packet a million years ago, and guess what? I'm still trying to use it. So here's the close-up for you guys, where you can see the words on the tags, you can see the numbers, you can see the faux embossing sort of look. See, once all the tags went onto it, it doesn't look out of place anymore. Like, you can tell that it's meant to be there. However, I really wish I had have gone around each tag with some ink, but that's okay. Took me long enough to make it, so in my opinion, it actually took me, when did I start this one? This double page layout, because of the processes and stuff, and the fact that I was watching Morbius at the same time, and No Way Home, I have to say that it took me a lot longer than it should. Probably took me about 4 hours. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will chat to you soon. Bye for now.